What's going on, guys? Welcome to NBA 2K17. Now, obviously, this is the prelude, and in the prelude, you get to create your own character. You get to go into some of the story mode, and you get to look at some of the new things in the 2K store, as well as some of the new accessories they have in the game. Now, we're gonna be creating my player in this episode, but I'm telling you now, it was not easy. I was up all night. I'm talking about from 2 a.m. to 11 a.m. Like, I didn't go to bed until probably like 1 p.m. to be honest with you, but it took me multiple tries to try and get this face scan right, and did not go as planned. Now, as you guys see, this was like my second attempt. I'm only showing a few of the attempts. To be honest, I probably did attempt more than 50 times. I was attempting the whole night, and it just would not work for whatever reason. Maybe I didn't have the proper lighting, but I did end up, doing it in sunlight. And I tried it in the bathroom, everything, and for some reason it did not work. So I definitely had a lot of issues. Sometimes I thought it was close and it did not go through, and sometimes it would be stuck at 40% or 36%, and I would just have to restart the game. So as you guys see, man, this is one of the ones, and oh my gosh. Now, to me, this looks like ice. This looks like Ice JJ Fish.
Girl, your body's like a miracle. Whoa. You just look so good from head to toe. Whoa.
Like, look at the resemblance. Do I look like Ice JJ Fish? I'm not even light skinned. Like, they have the head, same head shape, same nose. I could not believe when this one first came out, man. I did not know what to think of it, what to do with it. Obviously, I wasn't gonna keep this one, but it definitely was a huge issue, man. I don't know if anybody else had issues. I know some people, it did work well for them right away, but for whatever reason, it did not work for me, man. And I mean, I had to be honest, man. Like, I really thought 2K was gonna do a much better job as far as the face scans this year. Obviously, last year, if you had Xbox, it wouldn't work for whatever reason, and if you had PS4, it was still pretty difficult to do it overall. So, I was just kind of shocked, man. Obviously, some people did not have any issues. It went smooth, but for me, it did not go too well. Look at this. Like, come on now. Like, he has the eyes on the side of his face, and like, I followed the directions perfectly. But look at it. If you add an afro to this guy and some glasses, you know who he looks like? He looks like the Nutty Professor. So basically, 2K is saying, look, bro, you like a combination of Ice JJ Fish and the Nutty Professor. I could not believe what I was seeing, man. I've seen some pretty bad ones before, but I just kept getting new and even worse ones over and over and over and over and over again. And to be honest, I did get pretty frustrated. I got to the point where I was about to throw my phone. I was about to like throw it in the trash, throw it in the recycling. I was just trying to figure out what was causing it to do this and why it kept messing up every single time. And every single time it was a new reason. Like I said, it was either gonna freeze at a certain percentage, or it was just gonna flat out not work. And I'm not a big fan of that, man. I waited till 2 a.m. for the release, and I wanted the results right away. Of course, just like everybody else. So obviously, I was not too happy about that. Here's another one. Man, I'm just like, oh my dude. This man looks like, you know who this looks like right here? He looks like, if y'all see, I'm sure y'all seen Fantastic Four. He looks like the Thing. He looks like the Thing. I don't think I look like the Thing, but I guess 2K thinks, hey man, look at this gentleman here, man. He's probably like a combination of Ice JJ Fish, the Nutty Professor, and the Thing. And if that's not the most hideous combination of creatures, people, and no offense to Ice JJ Fish, human beings, it's just, that was not cool, man. That kind of hurt my feelings a little bit, man. Like, for real, y'all think I look like that? Come on, 2K. But obviously, I ended up having to sculpt my own player just so that way I could get into the game and get sculpted. Obviously, all my things got pushed back, but man, it took me so long. I really just had to be like, forget it, man. I'm just gonna sculpt my player and move forward. As you guys see, man, I'm a 6'3" point guard, just like last year. I was thinking about, I didn't really I like lockdown defender and slasher, but I was really thinking about playmaker and at a shot creator, a scoring point guard. And some of the things that I like as far as the shot creator is shooting off the dribble. Obviously, your layups and finishing ability is a lot better. Your mid-range shooting is also better. Sharpshooting I thought was a good one, but I wanted to be a little more versatile than that. Obviously, playmaker would be a good point guard skill set to use, but I wanted to be able to score as well. So that way, I just ended up sticking with shot creator. Obviously, my passing attributes and things like that I could add as the game goes on. So I really didn't worry too much about that. And honestly, I'm pretty satisfied with my player overall as far as, the type of player he is. I was looking at, his height. Obviously, I'm 6'3", so I'm going to make him 6'3". And as you guys noticed this year, the taller you make your player is going to affect the attributes. And obviously, if I made him taller, he would lose speed and acceleration and jumping ability. But 6'3" was actually a really good height. He didn't lose too much of any, outstanding stats. And of course, your wingspan will affect things too, like off the dribble shooting, mid-range three-pointer, and open shot three. So obviously, I didn't want to make my arms too short, even though that would increase my shooting ability. But I wanted it to have a good length, so that way, even though I'm not a defensive point guard, I will still be an effective defender. So that way, I just ended up giving him a little bit above average wingspan. As you guys see, Kobe and LeBron have way longer wingspans than I do, but obviously they're taller players and freakish athletes. As far as my weight, what I noticed is that if you lower your weight, your speed will go up, but if you bring up your weight, your contact dunk and strength will go up. So obviously I wanted to affect that. I feel like, obviously, I do weigh about 180, so I wanted to make it true to form, but I like the fact that they are adding this into the game. That is exactly what people have been looking for, man. Height and your size affects some of your athleticism and your jumping ability, your ability to score, shoot, and things like that. So I like that a lot. So this is basically the character creation and the Facescan. I will be coming out with the prelude story soon. Definitely throughout the weekend, I'll be having it all out, be double uploading. I also have the finale of my 2K16 Mycareer coming out before the end of the weekend. So you guys got a lot to look forward to. Sorry for the late upload, man. I was up until 2 p.m. and I really didn't sleep for more than 24 hours. So obviously I needed to take a little nap and get things together. But other than that, man, I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Show some love in the comment section. Give this a thumbs up if you're excited for 2K17. And I'm signing out.
Look, I got $1 million schemes and $1 billion flows, $1 million schemes and $1 billion. I got $1 million schemes and $1 billion flows. I put my heart in this work, cause that's just all that I know. Look,